everyone. Have you ever wondered what's the difference between a person who's achieving growth and success in their life and a person who is struggling to find their purpose and reach their potential? At first, the answer may seem to be complex, and the voice within us may be difficult to hear, especially when we are consumed by the details and the challenges of day-to-day living, and when we're overloaded by the voices around us telling us who to be or what to do. But if we find moments of stillness to focus, to connect, and to listen to our innermost voice, we may begin to realize that the answer is very straightforward. What will dictate our growth and success on this journey called life is our ability to develop the superpower we all possess, which is our mind. Therefore, the difference between those two persons is simple. It's in their mindset. It's our ability to understand ourselves and our circumstances, to see past our limits and the perceived obstacles of the masses. It's our ability to create the motivation that sets our souls on fire and move us in the right direction of our visions and dreams. It's our ability to learn concepts and strategies that can guide us to the right place, a place of happiness, creativity, fulfillment, and purpose that we can only find when we commit to our personal growth. But what does this commitment entail? In its essence, personal growth is an active process of evolution through becoming self-aware and taking conscious steps to address our values, our attitudes, behaviors, and habits that we wish to change in order to develop our capabilities and improve ourselves and enhance the quality of our life and ultimately facilitate the realization of our aspirations and human potential. This evolutionary process, of course, takes time. It also involves developing across 5 different areas of personal growth, which are all integral parts of our human development. One is mental growth, which focuses on the development of your mind, such as the way you think and learn. Mental growth is the expansion of your cognitive abilities, which affect your behavior and can lead to the development of more complex forms of thinking that can increase our productivity and the value we can add with our ideas and knowledge and learning experiences. 2 is social growth, which focuses on the development of your social and communication skills. It involves the qualitative and quantitative expansion and improvement of our social relationships, connections, interactions, and collaborations with others, which affects the quality not only of our personal life, but it plays a vital role in shaping the well-being and progress of our societies. 3 is spiritual growth, which focuses on the development of your identity on a holistic level, so you can become a more conscious, connected person who has a clear and grounded understanding of yourself and the reality around you. Spirituality is understated in many cases, but it does play a huge role in your wellness and healing process. And whether you grow through practicing religion or meditation, or through journaling and connecting with nature, or nurturing meaningful relationship, or even getting involved in your community and taking part in causes that are greater than yourself, this is a path of growth that you should never undermine. 4 is your emotional growth, which focuses on the development and expansion of your emotional awareness, gaining insight into your feelings and emotions, recognizing how and why they occur, and learning how to express and manage them effectively in order to choose an appropriate course of action in various situations, especially when we are facing challenges. It also involves taking accountability, embracing vulnerability, and being able to relate to other people and empathize with them. And the last one, which is very familiar to most people, it's physical growth, which focuses on the development and improvement of your physical health by taking care of your temple through good nutrition, regular exercise, adequate sleep, and stress management. This area is fundamentally critical because it affects all other areas of personal growth and development. We all know that a healthy body facilitates brain functioning, and when you feel better physically, you can work more efficiently and lead a more active and productive life. All this may sound basic, But understanding these 5 areas of personal growth is very important because it helps you determine what aspects you need to improve and what actions you need to take. Most importantly, personal growth requires a true growth mindset in order to develop and achieve self-actualization and the full realization of your potential. But again, what does having a growth mindset really means? This buzzword, a lot of people use, but they don't really know what it means and where it came from. So let me take you back. Over 30 years ago, psychologist Carl Dweck coined the terms fixed mindset and growth mindset to describe the underlying beliefs people have about learning and intelligence, and that is based on her extensive research on students' attitudes about failure. To quickly sum up her findings, having a growth mindset means that you believe your talents can be developed through hard work, strategies, and constructive input from others, which ultimately empowers you to work on yourself and become better and achieve more. In contrast, having a fixed mindset means that you believe you are who you are, your talents are innate gifts, and you worry more about staying the same and maintaining the status quo rather than putting your energy into learning and evolving into the best version of yourself that you can be. And that can limit your capabilities vis-a-vis individuals who possess a true growth mindset. So now that we covered these fundamental concepts, the question may be, where do I start? Just give me some guidance. How do I begin? There are 8 key psychological philosophies and practices I want to share with you today, and that can guide you through your own evolutionary process. 1, practice self-awareness. Self-awareness is the first building block in creating what you want and mastering your life. It's about developing a conscious knowledge of your own character and feelings and motives and desires, and having a clear perception of your strengths and weaknesses and thoughts and values and beliefs. Self-awareness is a practice that you develop by focusing your attention on the details of your personality, which can be very unpleasant to most of us. But this is your guide to maintain integrity with yourself and with others. And it helps you to detect any misalignments between who you think you are, what you say, what you do, what you value, what you are passionate about, and who you surround yourself with. So decoding your own mysteries is key to reaching your higher self and aligning with your purpose, which requires practice number 2. Embrace your inner world and enrich it. Unfortunately, our culture often directs us to measure ourselves in terms of externals only. But the more we look outwardly, the more we lack a rich inner life. And people often flee from their inner world for very basic reasons, because our emotional life reveals our incompletedness. And you may feel ashamed of your emotions and your struggles and your inner turmoils, and you don't know how to deal with them or how to communicate them to others, so you deny them. The truth is, you can't grow and reach your highest potential when you're denying parts of yourself. And the key is also not denial. It's self-love and acceptance of these incomplete parts of yourselves with curiosity and courage, so you can develop a mastery of your own emotional experiences and also develop a language to talk about your needs and feelings, because that will enhance real communications with others. This process can be very, very messy, which requires practice number 3. Accept chaos as part of your evolutionary process. One of the most striking takeaways from my experiences is how I began to speak to myself. And at some point, I was telling myself, listen, I know things are going to be difficult. I know it's going to be uncomfortable. I know that I might make mistakes and bad decisions. I know it's going to be messy and sometimes very painful. But I also know that I want to be better, and I want to grow and expand, and I want to improve myself and my life. And I am willing to confront the challenges and weather the whirlwinds of life, because at the end, I'd rather look back and say I did everything I can despite everything that got in my way. So to be better, you cannot settle, which requires practice number 4. Don't settle for who you are now. And back to the differences between fixed and growth mindsets. How many times we hear someone say, well, this is who I am, take it or leave it, versus someone saying, this is who I am now, but I want to be better. And I am working on myself to get to where I want to be. This is what a growth mindset tells us. It tells us that there is always space for improvement. There's more knowledge to gain, more perspectives to explore, more skills to acquire, more traits to refine, more useless habits and toxic people that we can stay away from. The more you improve, the closer you reach self-actualization and alignment with your purpose. And becoming better is not only an additive process, it's also a process of elimination and eradication of everything that doesn't serve your highest good and anything that keeps you away from reaching your potential. And that requires practice number 5. Get uncomfortable and push your own boundaries. Convenience and comfort are fatal for your growth. So let me just put it out there. You can't develop a wider set of skills or broaden your capacity if your experiences are not varying, or if you continue to do the same work that you are already good at, or be around the same people that you already know. Push yourself to consciously step into new roles and activities and situations that test your abilities and challenge your mindset and beliefs. Explore new approaches and perspectives, and rather than avoiding uncomfortable situations, confront them so you can force yourself to grow and expand and reach new goals. But as you push yourself, you need to practice number 6, understanding your motivations and setting intrinsic goals. It's very easy to set extrinsic goals based on how the world defines success and how to achieve it. But when you depend on external symbols of what defines success, know that you're already taking the wrong motivational path, and you have no real metrics to measure your own growth trajectory and progress. So it's very important to recognize early on that living with integrity is fundamental to having a fulfilling experience and achieving real success in the long term, despite the uncertainties you may feel in the pursuit of your goals, which requires practice number 7. Create certainty within yourself. The biggest psychological challenge that I faced at the beginnings of my entrepreneurial journey was how to create certainty amid all this uncertainty that I'm dealing with. This was a source of tremendous anxiety, and it was a major mental block that I really, really wanted to overcome. Again, back to mindset and shifting perceptions, I said to myself, if I wanted absolute certainty, and if I want to know, then I have no choice but to make things happen. And if I don't know how to make it happen, then I will find a way. And eventually I began to build momentum in the direction of getting the results I was aiming for and achieving the goals that I wanted. So creating certainty begins first with your mindset and creating a shift into developing a strong belief in the potential of what you are creating and what goal you are trying to achieve, no matter what that is. When the belief in the potential is strong, you are more likely to take massive action and get the results you want, which in return will reinforce your positive self-belief. The opposite is also true, meaning if your belief in the potential is weak, you'll do less, you'll have weaker results, which will reinforce your negative self-belief that your idea is bad or you're not good enough. So with your mindset, you are building a momentum. And to ensure it's in the positive direction, you need to practice number 8. Activate your courage. Most of the time, our powers don't get revealed to us because we don't challenge them or we don't position ourselves in a way to use them. Personal growth requires courage, and courage is key to life itself that opens all other aspects of your being. Listening to yourself and looking inward takes courage. Overcoming doubt and breaking through fears of the unknown takes courage. Ignoring negative voices and influences takes courage. Thinking about possibilities beyond where your life is right now takes courage. Refusing to be determined by circumstances and limitations takes courage. It takes courage to step out of your comfort zone so you can fully express yourself and activate your talents and abilities. So you always need to put yourself in a position where you cannot retreat. It's like a do or die attitude. Throw yourself into it and force yourself to do the mental, social, emotional, spiritual, and physical growth. The key is to focus on what you want to achieve, because as you begin to focus on what you want, it begins to multiply and expand and develop in your consciousness. And out of that comes the commitment to your personal growth, comes the motivation to move in the direction of your visions and dreams, and comes the power that you have in you that you haven't called on yet, which is the power of your purpose. And finally, it's important to understand what the power of your purpose is, because the true power of unlocking the secrets of your personal growth is not only about you. Yes, it's great to become better and self-actualize and do all these great things, but the true power is here. When you begin to unleash your potential, you'll find yourself directing your actions towards assisting others to grow and unleash theirs, whether that's from your immediate family, to your friends, to your colleagues, or even wider community. Your influence begins to expand. So imagine the magnitude of positive social change that the net effect of individuals like you who are committed to their personal growth can bring to societies at large, from evolving and cultivating your potential to possibly changing the lives of tens or hundreds or thousands or even millions of people around the world. Because how you show up impacts the space we collectively share. Thank you.